Want to see another demonstration of a comic strip getting inked? Then you need to watch this video. Hello everyone, it's me, your old pal Max West. I draw comics, I'm a picture book author. And I'm going to show you this comic strip from Poison Ivy Gulch. This is going to be inked in just a moment. This is part of a story arc I'm working on April, where Ace, a 9-year-old boy, sidekick to the protagonist, Lotta, goes on an overnight trip. Alright, first things first, I'll have to erase the page. I have to erase all the pencil lines. Then I put down the rest of the ink. Alright, let's go ahead and do this. Now, as usual, I use one of these, a plastic or rubber eraser. That's just my personal preference. I prefer these over some of the pink erasers, the gum erasers, or the kneaded erasers. Let's get all the pencil lines, and I'll use this thing, a drafting brush, to get rid of all the stuff here on the page, the shavings and residue from the eraser. See, there we are. Ace and his burro there, they're getting ready to make camp for the night. Now, let's go ahead and get this. Not going to be much work done on this panel right here on the right, as it's all going to be covered in with black ink to show how fast night comes in. See, I got everything on here. Let's give it the once-over. And you see how much more cleaner this looks without with the pencil lines gone. Now to fill in the black ink. So as usual, I use waterproof black ink. I'm going to be applying it with a brush. Got that, along with some water, as well as a rag for cleaning the brush. Unfortunately, it's quite messy. Yep, dirty fingers are a standard if you ink with a brush, or a pen, for that matter. Luckily, some good soap and water will get that off your hands and fingers. I prefer to use lava soap. That's good for getting paint and ink off your fingers. I'll have to clean that later on. I'm just going to get a fresh paper towel. Alright. Quite a mess here, and I haven't even started yet. Alright. Now to get this, not much to do here, but all of this is going to be inked in. And pretty soon I'll have to invest in new brushes, because these are starting to get old and worn out. It's a good idea, though, when a brush becomes old and worn off, don't throw it away. You know, a lot of people who make comics and manga, they usually will keep their old worn-out brushes, because you can get all kinds of neat special effects out of an old worn brush. But that's a whole other video. Alright. Put the brush in water, dip it in the ink. Now let's see. Let's ink the burro there. Ink his eye. Ink some of his saddle here, as well as some of his hooves. Ace is riding a burro out into the desert. He's on his way to another town to run an errand for Lotta. Alright, let's ink Ace in. Yeah, see, that's looking a lot snappy and crisp. Drop some shadow there. Mask in the hat he's wearing. He's wearing buckskin. That was very popular in the Old West. Wonder how I would look in buckskin. Well, we're here to make comics, not to debate fashion and such. Alright, so there we are. That looks good. Now comes the big part. We're going to mask in all this. This isn't going to require too much work, but I will need a big brush. I'm just going to use this worn brush. Again, this is kind of worn. It's meant just to mask in the big black area here on the page. Let's wet the brush. Dip it in some ink. And there we go. We get started here. Yeah, when you're masking in a really big black area on your page, it's best to use a brush. Don't try to scribble in with a pen or something, or a marker. The brush is the best for masking in giant areas of black ink on your page. Here. I'm going to have to learn to draw animals as well as deserts some more, as future comics I'm going to have taken part out here. Going to be set out there in the desert. Okay, this takes a steady hand and a lot of practice to use a brush. If the brush is a tool that you want to try working with, just best thing to do is just get in there and practice. Remember, anyone can draw, and that includes you, the viewer. Alright, let's get this all nice and inked in. Alright, good. Good, good. Alright, yeah, that's looking really crisp. It'll look even better when this is reproduced, when I scan this into the computer. Yes, even though I'm old school and traditional in my methods, I do use the computer to scan and upload my work as well as to retouch things. Now, some people, maybe you out there, maybe you like to draw on the computer. There's nothing wrong with that. You should use whatever tools work for you best and whatever, you feel comfortable with. I mean, nobody has the right to make me give up my traditional tools for a computer just as much as I can't make someone give up the computer for pen and pencil and brush. And that's how a lot of comic strips and comic books of the 20th century were made, with traditional tools like a desk, pens, pencils, erasers, ink. Leave around the white space there. Got some lit up cartoon eyes to represent Ace and his burrow there, stuck in the dark. Bet that would be spooky. Just being out in the wilderness, especially out in the desert. Snakes, coyotes, bears, all kinds of stuff out there. Yeah, that was probably just as treacherous as bandits and outlaws in the Old West. Alright, and there we go. You see how good this looks? Huh? Look how rich and vivid that is. Alright, I'm just going to wrap it up here. I'm just going to do a little more detail here with some pen. And then after that, I'll let the page dry, and then we'll be all done. Just going to break out the speedball nib here. Mark in a few more things. A bit of scribbling here with the other hooks. Scribble in on the Burroughs mane. And there we go. We got a finished page. As soon as it's dry, it's ready to share. And that, my friend, is another way, another demonstration of how I ink a comic strip. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, hit the bell icon too to be notified of new uploads to my YouTube channel. Until next time, this is your old pal Max West saying goodbye.